It's Monday and it's another trading week, and we are looking at the 4-hour chart down here first of all, and I drew in kind of a pennant pattern that I was seeing develop. So we can kind of see some supports and resistance levels. The pink line here is the highest that it's been, just under that wick. Actually, it was not quite the highest, but pretty decent resistance level up there. We can see the blue line here is actually pretty much right at the yellow line on the 4-hour chart down here. So that's a kind of a support level right there. And placed my first order here as a short, and I waited till we had 2 red candles here, and it kind of looked like it was about to turn over. The MACD, you can see that the green candles are losing momentum here. We're losing momentum on the RSI. You can see that on the 1-hour chart over here. Each peak is losing a little bit of momentum, even though they're about equal in the price level. So I think it probably could drop a little bit. Just want to be careful. All right, so I put in a stop order just to protect myself. And actually got stopped out on my first order. It ended up going up. And so I was wrong about that. At least the timing of it, I still think it might drop, but it probably is going to go up a little bit further first. And that's what we see here. And at this point, I decided to do another short. At this point, the MACD is really looking pretty good right here. And it has hit a resistance level right through here. And I do think it probably could hit that and drop at this point. So I tried a short, and it ended up going up a little bit further. I did not put in a stop this time just because I thought that there were a lot of resistance levels that it had hit, and I didn't think it was going to go up very far. And it wobbled pretty bad, or in my case, pretty good. It was showing some loss of upward momentum, which is what I was kind of expecting. And the MACD is getting ready to turn here. And then it kind of fought it, went back up a little bit further. And then it dropped back down. Again, kind of what I expected. Took a long time to do that. It's 9:41 at this point. So I think I've been sitting here watching this particular trade for quite a while. So we're sitting at a support level right here, but the MACD is tipping over. The MACDs on the longer term charts are all pointing upwards. So just want to be cautious in the short position here, as I don't think it's probably going to drop too far, but I think it probably will a little bit. So it threw some tails down there, but it didn't really stay. And then it started to kind of look like it was going to go up. So at this point, I decided I had a very small loss to go ahead and reverse positions. So you can see I put in 2 trades, one to get out at a loss of just over $50, $62.50, and one to get in a long, which I was very glad that I did, because then it started to go up. So I put in an exit order here at that point, just 1 tick below the blue SMA, which is a good trade, and wrote it up as I lowered the limit order to try to catch it. And then I got out, so I made some money on that trade, that 4th trade. So now I'm sitting at 125, and I contemplated stopping at that point because it seemed to be really difficult trading. It was almost 10 o'clock. I made 2 good trades and 2 bad trades. The 2 good ones actually surpassed the quantity of the smaller ones, so that's good. And I came back to it just a few minutes later, and it didn't look like it wanted to go up any further right here. However, on the longer term charts, we can still see the MACDs are looking up. And so even though there's a red candle right here, there's a possibility of it being a support, acting like a support. So I decided to do a long, and this time I put my triggers in with my trade, which I can then adjust. It's set up for that spacing just so I can get in there and tweak it later. All right, so I'm in a long position here, and I lowered my expectations down to this point. I didn't think that was asking a whole lot. And I brought up my stop, and it scared me a little bit there. Like, well, I don't want to lose all my profits, but I think it's probably worth the risk. We'll see. So I brought it to this point, and I would basically just cover my commissions if this stopped out. I wouldn't make any money for the day. But then it went up, and then I lowered my stop even further and got out and made just, I think, $62.50 on that trade. So that brought me up to $225 for the day with 5 trades. And then I stopped. So I made $100 more on that last trade. It's just really cautious, slow, and interesting day. Not a day that is real exciting to trade because it just moves so slow and doesn't really want to go anywhere. So I am done for the day. Made a little bit less than I normally do, but still a very good profit. So I'm happy with that. Ended at 10:15. So there we go.